Time now for Truth or Fake. Emmanuel Macron had planned to visit Ukraine today, but on Monday, the Élysée Palace announced that the French president's visit had been postponed, primarily for security reasons. Since then, however, a video has been circulating on social media, where else, claiming that the reason for the cancellation was that the French Secret Services intercepted an assassination attempt against Macron. And this announcement was supposedly made by us, France 24, in a news bulletin on our French language channel. Except, yes, it's all a fake. Emerald Maxwell's here to shed some light on this. Very good evening to you.
Hi.
Now, you've been looking at this video with our Observer's fact-checking team. Tell us what you've found out.
Well, this video supposedly shows an extract of a France 24 news bulletin on our French channel presented by Julien Fanciulli. And first of all, I'd like to show viewers a short extract of it. It is in French, so I'll explain what it says. But first of all, let's take a quick look at it.
Le président français Emmanuel Macron a été contraint d'annuler sa visite en Ukraine à la suite d'une provocation meurtrière à son encontre. Selon une source proche du Conseil national du renseignement, cette tentative a été stoppée par les services secrets français qui ont réussi à intercepter la correspondance.
So in that video, we see that the presenter is heard saying that Emmanuel Macron has been forced to cancel his visit to Ukraine following an attempt on his life, which was stopped by the French Secret Services, who managed to intercept correspondence and calls, etc. It goes on to say that the Ukrainian authorities plan to shift the blame onto Russia in order to bring the world's attention back onto the Ukraine's plight, of course. So the first thing to say is that these pictures were indeed taken from a France 24 news bulletin, broadcast on Monday, but both the sound and the headline strap have been changed because, of course, our channel never announced this alleged risk of assassination. In fact, this video is a deepfake, of course, another example. Someone has used AI to make our presenter's voice say something completely different from the original video, Mark.
Indeed, you can see, can't you, the kind of lip sync's not quite right, but it's dastardly accurate the way they've done it. This kind of Portal combat thing we've been talking about. Where's this been shared?
Yes, absolutely. You can find it on the usual social networks, of course, X, where it's been posted by both English and French-speaking accounts. But when we tried to trace the origin of the video, we also found it on VKontakte, which is Russia's equivalent of Facebook, and that's been circulating since yesterday. As well as that, it was on the Telegram messaging app. Several pro-Russian channels have been sharing it since yesterday as well on Telegram. And we also noticed that a French language site called Pravda.fr had shared the fake news yesterday. This site may not mean anything to you or me, Mark, but Visionum, which is the French government's protection service against foreign digital interference, well, it identifies Pravda.fr as a pro-Russian propaganda outlet. And in its latest report, published 12th of February, Visionum states that this site targets Western countries that support Ukraine following Russia's full-scale invasion, and it shares content with, I quote, pro-Kremlin narratives.
Portal combat, indeed. So, talking of deep fakes, more and more are cropping up. Remind us just exactly what they consist of.
Well, deepfakes consist of imitating someone's face or voice or both more or less successfully with tools using artificial intelligence. So basically, it's now possible to get anyone to say anything by manipulating video and a few sound extracts from a person. In this case, for example, our presenter's voice has almost certainly been imitated using voice cloning software, and it's been based on extracts from real news bulletins to reproduce his tone of voice. In recent months, we've also seen a number of political figures falling victim to deepfakes, including Emmanuel Macron, Joe Biden and Volodymyr Zelensky. Fortunately, though, these deepfakes are not yet perfect. And in this case, for instance, we can see that the video has been manipulated. There are a few clues. As you said, the movement of the presenter's lips don't quite go with his voice in the video. And that's perhaps why it was shared not as the video itself, but it was a recording of the video on a screen. The presenter's intonation is also a little peculiar, as is the wording used. So I would also add that a simple internet search shows that this false information was not published by any serious media outlet. In short, it is possible to spot the hoax with a little vigilance, Mark.